What's up, everyone? Good morning and welcome to our Water's Edge Sunday morning online worship experience. Once again, thank you so very much for tuning in and hanging out with us today. For those of you that continue to like and share our online worship experiences, or for those of you that continue to invite people to our live and in-person services every single Sunday at 9:30 and 11:15, thank you so very much for doing that. Continue to do that. We have new people showing up and tuning in every single week, getting help with their heart and their life and their faith and their circumstances and their storms and their walk with God. Also, for those of you that continue to worship with us every single week through a very beautiful and holy and sacred way to worship, and that's through giving and generosity. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave," and when we love, we give. And when we love God, and when we love God's church, and when we love Jesus and the mission that Jesus has for his local church and our local community, then we want to give back. And every time you worship with us through giving and generosity, you allow us to help more people, love more people, feed more people, shelter more people, serve more people, and show our community and our city the love of God and the body of Christ. All right, so today we begin a brand new series, and this series is about peace and what brings us peace as we go through the most difficult storms in our life. This series is about joy and what brings us joy. This series is about inner strength and where we find that inner strength. This series is about finding passion in our faith again as we go through the most difficult storms in our life. It's about finding purpose in our faith again. It's about finding encouragement in our faith again and a deep intimacy with God in our faith again as we go through the most difficult storms in our life. And let's just hit the ground running. Sometimes we all go through difficult times, chaotic times, heartbreaking times, times of uncertainty, times of panic, times of anxiety, times of chaos, times of loneliness. Some of you feel lonely right now, and times of pain. Not everything is a bed of roses in this life, and not everything is a bed of roses as we follow Jesus. Not everything is a bed of roses as we try to live a life of faith. Sometimes it's a bed of nails, and sometimes just living this life is like laying down on a bed of nails. And so I'm assuming that we could all use a new strength today. I'm assuming that we could all use some encouragement today, a new inspiration today, a new passion today, a new perseverance today, and a new revival today as we worship Jesus. This series is about the healing that you and I experience in our heart and in our soul and in our personal life as we personally and deeply and intimately worship Jesus. The inner healing, the healing in our heart, the healing in our mind, the healing in our souls. This series is called I Exalt Thee. There really is no one like Jesus. Whenever I feel full of hope, whenever I feel full of joy, whenever I feel full of strength and expectation or encouraged by God's Spirit and God's forgiveness, I can always shift that into praise, personal praise, thanking God for the strength that I have and the joy that I have. But also, when I feel alone and scared, I have found something. When I feel really scared and confused, I have found something. When I feel paralyzed by my circumstances and overwhelmed with storms, overwhelmed with confusion, overwhelmed with pain or shame, I have found something. When I feel overwhelmed with giants, I have found something in those moments to be my medicine, to be my hiding place, refuge, strength. Whenever I personally worship Jesus in a real and intimate way, his grace becomes alive in me. I can feel it. His love becomes alive in me. I can feel it. His mercy becomes alive in me. I can feel it. Whenever I personally worship Jesus in a deep and intimate and personal way, this is when I get reminded all over again that he loves me no matter what, that he cares for me no matter what, that he's never going to leave me or forsake me or let me go no matter what. Whenever I personally worship Jesus in an intimate way, I can feel him holding on to me with his presence. I can feel him holding on to me with his Spirit and with his purpose for my life and with his compassion for my life. My personal worship is my personal space that I run to in my storms. And in this place, Jesus holds on to me and I hold on to him. And in this personal space, fear will not overcome me because as I worship Jesus, I allow him to overcome me instead. Worry will not conquer me in this place because as I worship Jesus, I allow him to conquer me instead. Regret will not overcome me because as I worship Jesus, I allow Jesus to overcome me instead. Anger will not conquer me. My past will not conquer me. personal doubts and unforgiveness, my excuses will not conquer me, because as I worship Jesus in a personal way, I allow him to conquer me and overcome me instead. It's also in this place of personal worship where I learn and where I relearn over and over and over again to do one simple and powerful thing. As I worship Jesus, I learn over and over again to do one simple and yet powerful thing. And this is what it is. And notice this today. If you're still with me, so I'm still with you. Trust Jesus. Let's be honest. There are certain things that we go through in life and that I'm going through in life right now, that maybe you're going through in life right now, where you and I just have to learn how to trust God. And that's difficult, to surrender and just place it in his hands and trust him. Sometimes that's the most difficult thing to do, but it's very powerful when we do it. I don't know what to do with this pain, and so I trust you as I worship. I don't know what to do with this question or confusion, and so I trust you as I worship. I don't know what to do with this feeling. I don't know what to do with this heartache, and so I trust you as I worship. When we personally worship, this is the hiding place where we learn to trust God over and over and over again. Notice the scriptures as we continue to glorify his name today, because there really is no one like Jesus. There is no one like the Lord. Psalm chapter 9, verse 10, as we learn about trusting God as we worship. Those who know your name trust in you. For you, O Lord, do not abandon those who search for you. Which teaches us this, and notice this today. We learn to trust him as we search for him in worship. Trust rises up in us when we remember his name in worship. If we want our trust to grow, then our worship has to get more intense and our worship has to grow. Next verse, Psalm 22, 4 through 5. Our ancestors trusted in you and you rescued them. They cried out to you and they were saved. They trusted in you and they were never disgraced. Which teaches us this, and this is so powerful and this is so important. And notice this today. When we worship together corporately, it reminds us that we're not the first ones that needed Jesus to carry us. And that's why we come together to worship corporately. Not only do we worship personally and intimately, but we worship together. And as we worship together, our trust in Jesus grows, because it reminds us that he delivered people before. He can deliver us again today. He's helped people before in the past. He's helped them overcome before. He's helped them have strength before. He's helped them rise up before. He can help us again today. You know, getting on an airplane is one of the easiest to understand illustrations of completely surrender and trust that we could ever come up with. You're not in control of any of it. You're not the pilot. You can't control the plane. You can't fix the engine if it breaks. You can't fix the wings if they don't work. You can't do any of it. All you can do is just trust the airplane. Just trust the process and just let it fly. At least when you drive, you have some sort of control over your own vehicle, but not when you fly. You completely surrender and give over to it. If something goes wrong, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You have to surrender. Well, when we worship, this is what we do, especially corporately. We are learning to trust God to give up and give in to God. That's what happens when we worship. We are learning as we worship, especially together in those moments, to give up and give in to God and surrender to him. He's helped other people in the past overcome before, and he can help us now. When we worship, this is when we come to that breaking point of giving our trust to God and placing our heart in his hands. Because notice this, Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. If you're still with me, say I'm still with you. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all that you do, and he will show you what path to take. Which teaches us this about our personal life, and notice this today. Peace and clarity is the fruit that we experience when we learn to trust God in personal worship. If you want peace in your life and you want clarity in your life, you have to learn how to trust in Jesus, and that trust develops and that trust grows as we personally worship him. And you know what? Jesus is worth it. He's more than enough for us today. He is worth it. He's worth loving. He's worth praising. He is the Lord. He's worth seeking. He is worth serving. He is the Lord. There's no one like him. He is worth sharing. He's worth following. He's the Lord. There's no one like him. He is worth lifting up, and he is worth showing other people, which is what we're doing by loving people and helping people. He is worth showing hurting people how his love can change their life, because he is the Lord, and there is no one like Jesus. He's more than enough for us today. And so as we close, remember this today. There is a fountain of hope and strength for all of us when we go through our most difficult times. And that fountain is found in the place of personal worship and and trusting in Jesus. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us today. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Now continue to stay tuned in for an amazing time of worship with the amazing Water's Edge worship team. We cannot wait to see you back next week. We hope you have a great week, and we love you all.